Hey guys, welcome back to Fruitopia. Wow, what a beautiful day. I love it. My kind of weather, guys. This is the kind of weather we chase all winter. And it's arrived finally in Melbourne. So between October and April, it's mostly like this. But the rest of the year, it's not like this at all. So you saw the backyard tour, which I did about a week ago or so, 2 weeks ago. Today I'm going to do the front yard, guys. So we're opening the garage door and here we are. Wow, magic. Love it. It looks so nice with the sun. That's why we like the sun. A lot of people fear the sun because of all the myths of cancer and this and that with the sun. Absolute BS. If your diet sucks, then the sun, then everything's gonna affect you. Not only the sun, all around you'll be affected by health challenges. So diet is key if you want to enjoy full sunshine all day. I've never been burnt by the sun, ever. So, and that's because I eat fruit instead of donuts, right? So guys, we're starting with the with my 11, almost 12-year-old mango tree. This is how long it takes to have a mango tree in Melbourne to maturity, right? So this is a 2-meter tall mango. It's taken over 10 years here in Melbourne to grow. It hasn't even reached the top of the garage. Now, if I was in Queensland or even northern New South Wales, this tree would have been over the garage 5 years ago. It would have been up to there by 10 years, right? Easily up to there, maybe even up to here. But in Melbourne, it doesn't work like that. It's just that things are really slow here. Really, really slow. So you have to have a lot of patience. Check out the all the flower panicles. Beautiful. So it hasn't set fruit yet. The fruit sets in November, just like the avocados. So September and October is when all the panicles come out or come up. And then in November, the fruitlets come, and in December, the fruit starts growing, right? And that's summertime for us. So, yeah, it's loaded. But, it's like this every year. This does not mean I'm going to get thousands of fruit, guys. This doesn't mean anything. It just means that the tree is healthy, happy, and it's willing to fruit. But we've only had 2 or 3 mangoes from this tree every year with thousands of potential fruit, right? So I don't know why it's not giving us much fruit. I guess it's a matter of time. Again, back to time. It's all back to the waiting game. You can see the size of the trunk, and I have it sitting or laying up against a star picket, because about 6 years ago the wind knocked over the tree, believe it or not, and it just survived. So I'm not taking any risks since then. I've had it sitting up against this this picket, steel picket, right? Without that, forget about it, because it's very heavy. It's very heavy on this side here, all this weight, and at the back there's hardly any growth. Hardly anything, because I've got a fence there. It can't grow out this way. It has to come all this way. It has to all come out this way. That's why the tree collapsed. I found it on the ground one morning. The whole tree was just sitting there. And I don't know how the trunk did not snap in two, but it didn't, which was good. So, in here I've got the jackfruit seedling. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be removing all these frost cloths next Monday, which is the let me see the date. That'll be around the 14th or 15th of October. So smack center in the middle of spring. This is coming off. Let's have a look. It's doing okay-ish. Yep. Okay-ish. Right? Hang on, let me put these down. Yeah. There's a lot of green leaves. It's still happy, right? It suffered a bit of cold damage. I made a boo-boo by uncovering the tree too early, back in the beginning of September, right? And I left the frost cloth off for 2 weeks in early September, the beginning of spring. And we had some cold nights, guys. Cold nights. I mean, the tree's fine. The tree's fine, but we lost some leaves, like the ones I just pulled off now, to the cold. So, yeah, that's coming off next week. Because the reason why it's next week is because our minimums are gonna be over 10 for the first time. Because oh, by the way, you won't believe the temperature this morning. We had 3 Celsius this morning in my neck of the woods. Downtown Melbourne had 6, right? We had 3. That's how cold it was. And believe it or not, even though it was 3 degrees this morning, we're going to the beach today. We're going to go swimming. Guys, Melbourne is not, it's unlike any other city in Australia. Large city. We're talking large, not small towns. So even though it was 3 degrees 6 hours ago, we're going to go swimming because the temperature is going to be 21. It's going to go from 3 to 21 on the same day. Okay, next is this Surinam cherry, which was flowering like crazy in September. Right? And that's what it does every year. It blooms like mad, like hundreds of flowers every single year. But we never get fruit. It hasn't fruited in 10 years, ever. It's never fruited. And when I saw hundreds of flowers here, I thought, oh my gosh, this is the year. We're going to get our first Surinam cherry. We still might, because there's still a lot of flowers. But they're not setting fruit. Right? Look. Flowers everywhere. If I can get in here. It's hard to see because it's so bright. The sun is bright. And the flowers are green. And the leaves are green. Oh, and here comes the police chopper. The fruit police. Yeah. Look at the sun. Beautiful. Hey, guys. Woo! Can you see how much happier I am when it's sunny? I've told you guys, sunshine is joy. Sunshine is life. Sunshine is everything. But we've been told to hide, slip, slop, slap. Right? Hide the sun. Hide from the sun. Yeah, if your diet is crap, I agree. You should be not even leaving your house. Okay, this is more flowers here. There's a lot of flowers, guys. A lot of flowers. But I don't see any fruit yet, so a lot of the flowers have fallen from hundreds. Now we have maybe 100 flowers. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time here. We've got a very long video today. Okay, that's a Surinam cherry. I think they call it pitanga. Pitanga in Spanish, if I'm not mistaken. Right, next. I'm gonna skip all the cool climate trees like the feijoa. The feijoa is, well, why should I skip it? I'll show you that too. These are all budding out too, right? Hundreds. I get hundreds of feijoas every year from my 4 trees. Like guaranteed, hundreds and thousands of feijoas that come in April, May, June. This is the key, what's it called? Key lime or West Indies lime. And that's over 3 meters now, just like the feijoa. I pruned this one. This one got a prune. And the reason I pruned this one was for the benefit of the mango. I even removed one of the main trunks. Look at that. That was a major prune, right? Because it was going into the mango. Whereas this feijoa, pineapple guava, by the way, isn't disturbing anyone except maybe that lime. See how they're interlocked, lime and feijoa? Yeah, I've just let them do their own natural thing. Battle of the Titans. Rather than going in there and working this, right? This is full of pricks. This lime tree has got razor sharp needles, and you don't want to be fooling around with this tree. Trust me. They're really short, but they're very lethal. So I'm not going to go in there and do anything. The acerola, still waiting for... The acerola is not going to wake up until the temperatures in Melbourne... Okay, I just saw it's woken up. I was going to say until the temperatures hit 25. Right? Look. There's some... oh, gee, the focus isn't working. Hang on. Let's get in here. It's not focusing. Oh, there you are. Can you see? Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's lost focus. Yeah, so it's just waking up now. Just waking up. This is the Barbados cherry, which the only reason this survived. I've lost 10 of these in the last 10 years. And the only reason this one survived is because I put a frost cloth on it. So pay attention if you're in Melbourne and you want to grow some of the marginal climate trees. This is one of them. Now this is a weed in the tropics, but not here. Here in Melbourne, it's death, guaranteed death if you don't cover it. Okay, and here I've got the rootstock from the Carabao Manila mango. I've left it there, although I was thinking of putting another mango there because this is prime real estate, right? This is like all day in the sun. All day in the sun, all year, winter and summer. So I don't know if I should wait for the rootstock to grow because the Manila mango is not coming back. The graft died. And this rootstock survived winter without a cover. I never covered it. So without a cover, the rootstock is still green. Mandarin, another feijoa. This is a different variety of feijoa. And this one is an early variety. It's already started to flower, right? Yep. These twigs are very brittle. They snap like a toothpick if you mishandle them. Valencia Pride mango. This needs to be pulled out because it died during winter. Right? That one. Dead. I ordered a new mango from Ross Creek. That should be coming in a few days as a replacement. The Kensington Pride seedling mango here that got damaged by the arborist, the tree guy that pruned my neighbor's cypress, right? One of these guys here, these here, right? A big one, not that one, 5 foot long, fell right here and snapped the branch on this mango. But the mango has recovered. Look, it's got new growth. And here, there's another damaged limb, right? So there was a bit of damage on the tree. But overall, this tree is a champion. I've never covered it in winter. It's never had any winter protection in 2 years. And it survives the winter, guys. I don't know why this didn't. I covered this with a frost cloth. Look at the difference between a grafted mango and a seedling mango. So again, if you're in Melbourne, pay attention. Grafted mango, seedling mango, same fence, same sunshine, what do you call it, sun hours? Where's the sun? It's up there somewhere, right? Yeah. So that's why I've gone planting seedling mangoes, and you'll see them shortly over there. Wax jambu. This is also a dead duck in winter if you don't cover it. Wax jambu has to be covered in winter in Melbourne until it gets fully established. Fully established means 2 years, at least 2 years, if not 3, of growth. So when it gets to about that high, I'm not going to cover it anymore in winter, right? Because the roots will be under here. See this concrete? And this concrete gets hot in winter. So the roots will be kept warm. Just like this mango here survives winter, that wax jambu will survive winter once its roots have come out here. Now the roots are only up to there. They're only this long. They haven't come out here yet. One of 2 yellow cherry guavas, Cattleya guava, lemon guava. It's got many names. That's waking up, as you can see. See all the growth? In here, I've got another grafted mango, which survived winter. I'm taking this cover off next Monday. This is the Florigon. Let me just unwrap it. Yeah, this survived winter. So the Valencia Pride and the Florigon mangoes are completely different. Unless the Valencia Pride I got was a dud. Remember, guys, there are a lot of duds out there. See how it's all this is all green? Even though it's green, the flower panicles, whatever you call these, have turned black from the cold. But the tree is great, doing fantastic. I'm really happy with this. The Florigon. So again, if you're in Melbourne, pay attention. Florigon seems to work. Valencia Pride doesn't work. Unless you put it in a pot and bring it into your kitchen. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, guys. We're trying to grow all the tropicals outdoors in the ground. Unless you don't have room. Like this pomegranate doesn't need protection. But I have it in a pot because I don't have the room. The space. I mean, I could put it there in the ground where it is now. But guys, I need this driveway for future use, right? I don't know what's going to happen in the future, in 10 years. And you can't pull a pomegranate out of the ground when it's 10 years old. It'll die, to pull it out and move it. It won't work. There's another one. These are the Russian pomegranates. Rosavaya. And I forgot the other one's name. Let's see. What's this guy's name? That's the Rosavaya, yeah. And this one I think is the Azerbaijani. So they're both from former Soviet republics. Okay, let's move along. This is the red Shatut mulberry, red Pakistan, which will be, see how there's dead growth on this? That's normal on any tree. All trees get this. This is not a problem. It's not cold. That's not cold. It's not a disease. It's just dieback. Natural dieback. So this is my most prolific mulberry. And believe it or not, even though it's only 5'5", only 5'5", guys, it's 10 years old. This is a 10-year-old mulberry tree. Hard to believe, but true. And every year, without exception, it's packed, it's loaded. Every year. It's never missed one of those 10 years. So this is highly, highly recommended. Very, very delicious mulberry. But in my location, I need to cover it with a net. No net, no mulberries. And it's easy for me to cover this because it's short. Next. We've got potted fig cuttings that I put in the pot last year. I've got 5 of these in a pot. And as you can see now at 1 p.m., it's not getting any more sun. The sun's finished. He got the morning sun, which is all this. And now at 1 p.m., the sun is finished for him because of where I've put the pot. The reason the pot's here is because of room. I don't have anywhere else to put it. Figs prefer full sun, not shade. But guess what? It fruited for us last year and it was fine. This is one of 2 persimmons that I have in the front here. This is the hachia, also known as nightingale. They have the same name. And this is one of my favorite persimmons. And the reason why it hasn't grown into a big tree in 3 years is because I let it fruit the first year, I let it fruit the second year. Mistake. That's a mistake if you want a big tree fast. It stunted the growth. If I had picked all the fruitlets, it would have been up to here by now. Oh well, it'll eventually grow. Now this year, year 3, it's got a fruit as well. Fruits, I'm going to leave these. Again, I'm going to leave them. Because I like the taste, guys. It's my favorite persimmon. I'm not going to wait 5 years to taste my favorite persimmon. So I'd rather have a small tree and taste the fruit than wait for a big tree and not taste the fruit. That's how I operate. Lemonade. Lemonade is loaded. Now, lemonade, citrus are big feeders when they're young. Well, all the time they're big feeders, but when you get them established in the beginning, they need to be really pushed. Oh, and by the way, last week I fed all the trees in Fruitopia with compost. I didn't use any fertilizer, any commercial fertilizer, just compost. Here, I'll show you. See that? That's compost, organic compost that I gave to every tree, every single tree around the garden. It was 10 bags of compost for around 200 trees or whatever I've got here, 100 trees. I've never counted all the trees. This is one of 2 new Kensington Pride mangoes, seedlings. The other one is over there. That one, see that one? That one gets sun all day until, that'll stop once this plum tree becomes bushy in summer. Once this gets all bushy, then that mango is going to lose the morning sun. No morning sun for him, only afternoon sun. Whereas this mango here, he gets morning sun, but no afternoon sun. Because again, he's under this ash tree. That's all right. I've seen fruiting mangoes in part shade. And by the way, even though we had 3 Celsius this morning, look at that. It seems to be slowly waking up. That's been perpetually in that position for 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Because we don't have any heat. September was freezing. That's why we went to the south coast of New South Wales, guys. The whole month was a dud. September was a dud. Whereas September 2023 was the warmest in 40 years. It was a great September. Next, another pomegranate. This is the Elsh. The Elsh variety, which I've had for 10 years or thereabouts, maybe 8 years, 10 years, about almost 10 years, I would say. And this fruited for us the first 3 years, but it hasn't fruited for the last 5. Go figure. I figure it's this this hedge. Again, I've talked about this before. This hedge here is probably pulling all the nutrients and all the water from both these pomegranates. I've got another one over there called Ben-Hur. This is the carob. This is bisexual. I'll show you the pods from the other side. So we're going past the Elsh pomegranate and the carob, and this is the Ben-Hur. This is 12 years old. Ben-Hur pomegranate, 12 years old. It's standing at 3 meters, same level as the hedge. That's the abiu in there. I haven't checked that. It was like 99.9% dead in September. And when I scratched the trunk, it was alive. It was green a month ago. So I don't know what it's doing now in October. I don't know what it's doing now. That's one of 2 Dr. White cherry moyas. And it seems like the cherry moyas start dropping their leaves now in spring. Because in winter all this was lush green. So these don't drop in winter or autumn, these drop in spring. Guys, the cherry moya and the atemoya. Okay, so this is the Ben-Hur flowering. Not many flowers on the Ben-Hur, but the Ben-Hur seems to flower right across all spring, starting in September all the way across to December. So it's continuously flowering, whereas the Elsh only flowers in early spring. It's not gonna flower again in late spring. So these are 2 different kinds of pomegranate. So we've got the sugar cane here, which I'm using as a wind buffer for all these guys in here. It's a wind buffer because all the wind comes from that road up there. See that hill? It comes down, roaring down like a train. That's why I planted this purple guava. This purple guava was put here because it's an evergreen and it's going to block all that wind coming from up there. So in 5 years, this guava will be like this hedge, bushy and big, up to there. That's the idea of this. It wasn't for the fruit. The fruit is very average. It's nowhere near as good as the lemon guava. It's the same kind of guava, but the lemon guava is much sweeter than this. I mean, it's okay. It's not bad, but it's average. Then we have one of the French figs. I forget the names. I really can't remember the name of the figs, guys. Sorry. But this is one of our tastiest figs. And these come in April. And I need to put a net on this. I'm going to try to keep it short. Like now it's at 2 meters. So I can put a net. Back there, I've got another Surinam cherry. And the reason I planted that one was in the hope that that one actually fruits. Right? And I've had that one for 3 to 4 years. But it was in a pot. It's only been in the ground for 1 year. Alrighty, so next is the blood orange. I've already had a couple of these. Pretty average. Nothing special. And that's because the tree is young. Right? It's only a 4-year-old tree. So citrus needs, well, again, it depends. Too many variables. Anywhere between 3 and 5 years to really get tasty. So I'm hoping next year these will be tastier. I'm going to juice these in our new juice press. So yeah, this is the Arnold. The Arnold blood orange. And this is a full size, it's not a dwarf, so it's going to become a big tree like that. See that tree? But it won't be like that for 10 more years. I'll be 70 when the Arnold is a giant. I'll be 70, guys. This is the Maya lemon, another baby citrus. I planted these together, the blood orange, the Maya lemon, and the 1-2 persimmons. They were all planted the same period, same day, same week. I can't remember. 2 years ago. So in 2 years, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 trees planted. And last summer, I got these 2 mangoes planted, the ones I just showed you before, right? Because I'm trying to populate this whole area. And in the middle here, we have a experimental red papaya. And I don't know how that's doing either. I could take a quick look, shall we? Okay, I can't see what you guys are seeing, but the trunk looks good. The 2 trunks, there's two of them. I don't know if the snails are up there nibbling. They love nibbling the new growth, the new leaves. But the trunks look, if the trunks are fine, we're all good. So next week I'll be removing these covers from the papaya too. This is the Mexican cream guava, which out of all the tropical guavas that I have is the only one that seems to hold the fruit into spring. All the rest drop the fruit by the end of winter. Well, you saw the pink guava, right? When I pruned the pink guava, the Hawaiian, there was 1 fruit left on it. It's really interesting to notice that the parrots and the possums are not after this guava, but they go berserk for the pink guava. Huh? No one's touched this guava, the Mexican cream. So again, if you're a guava person in Melbourne, pay attention, guys. This Mexican cream guava not only hangs over spring, that is over winter and spring, the creatures aren't after it. They're not interested. So let's pick one. Oh, yeah, this one is still white or green. So maybe I should have gone for that one up there, which was softer. This one is pretty firm. Okay, let's have a bite. Yeah, I'm topless now. The sun is hot, guys. Even though it's only 17, it feels like 25. I'm not kidding you. All right. Wow. The guava taste is like a smack right in the face. It hits you straight away. There's no delay. Wow, this one, it's like an unripe apple mixed with a white guava. You know the Indian? It's an Indian guava mixed with an unripe apple. And of course, many of you will say, wow, yummy, because you like sour. This is not sweet. If you like sour fruit, you're gonna love this guava. Okay, next. I mean, it's not very sour. It's a little sour. This is one of 8. I think I've got 8. I don't know, guys. The thing is, even if I count them, the next day I forget. This is one of 8 white sapotes, and all of them are grafted. My white sapotes in the ground are grafted. Right? So, this one I believe, let's see if I remember the name now. I forgot the name. I got a mental blank. It might come to me later. But You can see in the middle it's got a nice opening to keep the scale. Scale loves humidity and water, rain. So yeah, it's nice and open, and the tree has exploded in size. Have you noticed how big it got? And by the way, even though it's so big, I have butchered this tree. I mean, extreme pruning 10 times in the last 2 to 3 years. Extreme pruning. And look how it bounces back every time. Don't be afraid to prune your white sapotes. This is the other Kensington Pride seedling. So as you can see here, from the cold nights, this is what cold nights did. See that? How the tips are brown? Oh man, I need to get a new camera. Oh, there you go. The focus comes and goes. See how they're brown? That's because of consistent cold nights. When I say cold, I'm talking about single digits. 5, 6, 7 Celsius every single night for a whole month. And now that we've had some warm weather, that brown is starting to turn green, or a little green. See the difference? See how it's turning green from brown? Okay. So mango is not kidding when it shows it doesn't like cold. Look, it doesn't like the cold, guys. These were green tips a month ago. So we lost a whole month to cold because I took the cover off. Remember? I took the covers off in September. That was a mistake. I should have left the covers on like I did those. Should leave the covers on till October. I mean, the tree is fine, but we lost these flowering tips. They're going to come back though. They're going to come back. All it takes is 1 week of warm weather, and that's what we're getting next week. By the way, next week we're going to have 24 degrees every day for the whole week. Wow. Fantastic. You watch the mangoes explode. Everything tropical will be in seventh heaven. Whereas in southeast Queensland, they've had 24 Celsius every day for the last 3 months, or the last 2 months. Right? That's why they've already got fruitlets on their mangoes. Guys? Okay, this is one of 2 avocados, new avocados, grafted ones. Let's see. This is the bacon. Yeah, the bacon. Right? And that one up there is the shepherd. Looks like it needs a drink. Wow. See how the leaves are drooping? Well, they're going to fall. It's time for the leaves to fall and be replaced. But they're drooping. The tree's thirsty. Even though we got 30 millimeters of rain a few days ago, which is nice. What's happening is the leaves will fall and they're going to be replaced by these red ones, these burgundy leaves. But that's a slow process. It takes 3 months for the transition. This is another Dr. White Cherry Moya dropping its leaves after 6 months of beautiful green lush leaves. It's time to go. See? Cherry Moya. Time to make the switch to a new coat. But I don't see any new growth anywhere. Maybe the leaves have to fall first, right? Yeah. Back there I've got a dwarf Dukas banana. And here I've got a Tonga banana / plantain. And in here I've got another French fig. This is actually the tastiest fig of all. This one here. And I don't have its name, sorry. Okay, there's the Dukas banana rack. They're very small because it's the first rack. Right? and the blossom. We eat the flower. The flower can be eaten. Just Google, man. You don't be ignorant and say you don't know. You didn't grow up eating bananas. I didn't grow up eating banana flowers either. I'm Greek. Greeks didn't eat banana flowers. But Google is your best friend. YouTube is better than your grandma. Yeah, YouTube now is the new grandma. So we get our recipes from YouTube, not from our grandmother. So there's another banana rack bunch, and these are all the dragon fruits, guys, which I'm gonna be showing another time because the video will be too long. And this is the side view of the cherry moya and the avocados. By the way, this whole bed here, all these trees, every last one, every single tree behind me, in front of me, beside me, they've only been in this bed for the last 2.5 years. 2.5 years ago, on this location here, I had camellia trees. See this camellia bush? I had camellia bushes, which I pulled out. So, you know, just think about it. What you can grow in place of ornamentals. Just think about it, guys. Oh, and I've got another grafted mango in here. Let's have a look at it. This is the sweet tart mango. Sweet tart. Not sweetheart. Let's see if we can get in here. Hang on, I'll open it. Wow, I've gone around twice and I'm still unwrapping it. Guys, triple wrapped. This is a triple, not double, but triple wrapped frost cloth around this sweet tart. Yeah, you got to get this extreme with young tropicals. Don't forget, this is a baby. Let's see if it paid off. Looks like it paid off. The extreme cover. There's a bit of cold damage here. Wow, even with all this covering, this protection, it still got freaked out. What else? So imagine if I had no cover. No cover at all. There's cobwebs in here. Ugh. Gross. But guys, it doesn't bother me. Gross to many of you. Cobwebs don't bother me at all. Or bugs or insects. Okay, or cockroaches. Kim freaks out. Oh, there's a cockroach. Quick, kill it. What? It's only a cockroach. All right. So that's the name. Sweet tart. I mean, it's not the best, but guys, remember, this is a true tropical mango. Seems to be. And it's not going to mess around. It's not going to take any cold at all. That's why the triple, quadruple. Look at all the look how much frost cloth I use for this little kid, for this little baby, right? Yeah. Not only double, triple wrapped, but I used 20 of these clamps. 20, right? So I got really serious. And by the way, in here where I'm kneeling, this is a fully protected area. All around me. Hey, all around me, this is protected by fences, by big bushes, by bananas, by avocado trees, right? And yet, guys, you still saw the damage. It still got cold damage. So that means you've got to be really serious and put in the work for the results. This is another view from the fence, from my neighbor's camellia, which is what I used to have back here. I had two of them. I had three of these. I had three of these camellias. One there, one here, and one there. And that one is still there. It's holding up all the dragon fruit. that camellia. I poisoned the camellia in the trunk, and it dropped all its green. So it's basically a living skeleton. Here's that dwarf Ducasse banana again, right? Yeah, so that camellia trunk is still there to hold. Look at the fence, how it's topping over. It's been like in this position for 15 years. It still hasn't dropped because of all my neighbors' roses and camellia, right? It's not gonna drop. It's leaning. It's leaning because she's not interested. So if I want to get it changed, I have to pay for the whole lot. So I'm not in a hurry either. Okay, this is the Tonga banana plantain. Okay, so we're out of there. All right. And then something stuck up my ass. Hang on, what's this? Oh, my shirt, yeah. All right, so we've got the bananas here too, which I showed you. Another bunch there, another bunch there, another bunch here. You've seen those before. This is another cherry moya. This is the Sophia. Very slow to take off. She had major problems the first 2 years. She lost all her leaves and all her branches. It was a dead stick. Just managed to save the graft, but now it's coming back slowly. Same with this guy, the reed avocado, right? This guy didn't do well at all in winter. The first winter, I just planted this, but he's coming back. In there, I've got a jackfruit from Ross Creek. It completely died back. Completely died back, but the bottom of the trunk is still green. And this jackfruit is the black gold. By the way, I got another one. And it's coming any day now. So I'm gonna do a switch. And put the new jackfruit in his place, and just put this one in the pot. I'm not going to sit and muck around with him. Yeah, so that's what's going on here. Another fig in a pot. Remember those 5 cuttings I got? They're all doing great in pots, keeping them dwarf sized. There's my last remaining camellia. I saved this one. I didn't knock it out for privacy, right? It's for privacy. The only reason I left it. Japanese mandarin. More bananas there. I've already harvested one. And here we have the passion fruit, which is always flowering all year. And I had one the other day that fell on the ground. And it looks like I can have another one real soon. Yeah, and there's another one I'll have real soon. See it? So 2 of them. This is the Aman guava, which I put in the ground a year and a half ago. It dropped all its fruit. So we're not going to taste this one yet. That's where I had a yellow papaya. I lost all the yellow papayas, all gone. This is the Grumi Chama, which I've had for 10 years. You heard right, 10 years. It's doing really well. Another yellow cherry guava or lemon guava. And of course, this is a champion. These are bulletproof once they're established. And it's at 3 meters. And I see the passion fruit is trying to twist around it, so I've got to keep cutting back the passion fruit. And then we have one more guava, which is a year and a half in the ground, and it looks like it's finally established. Wow, it takes a long time for any tree along this brick wall to get established. I've lost 3 mangoes, I've lost 3 mangoes, 4 papayas in this location here, in this along this wall, the front of the house. Yep. And the reason for that, guys, is well, either too much rain in winter, which rots the roots, or not enough rain in summer, which dries the roots. It's a tough tightrope to walk on for the tropicals. But the good news is the guavas, see how much easier guavas are than mangoes? The guavas have made it. I hear a drone in the sky. Wait a minute. There's the drone. He's right over me. There he is. See him? My neighbor's spying on me. Got him. It's all right. They're just playing or testing. Okay, back to the white sapotes. That's the lemon gold. No, the first one I showed you was the Wilson. Pomelo, Namroy, my favorite white sapote, which is the Hawaiian Supreme. This one usually gets infested with scale. Really bad, really bad. So I hope it doesn't, because look, it's loaded. The Hawaiian Supreme is loaded. And we don't want to lose those to scale. Once you get scale, it's game over. You got to start pruning off all the branches. And when you prune the branches, you lose all the fruit. Yeah. All right, next. This guy is driving away. Let me check him out. Hang on. The reason why the Mexican guava is called Mexican cream is because in the middle, it's very creamy. Very creamy. Okay. Let's see. This is the white Chateau mulberry, which I have a love and hate relationship with. How could I hate this tree when it's everyone's favorite? You won't believe how many people have asked me for a cutting from this tree, and where they can buy it, and continuous emails and private messages. Guys, come on, it's not that hard. Put yourself down on the waiting list on dailies and Ross Creek Tropicals. They will come over spring or summer, right? I bought a second one. Okay, instead of cutting this and making a new tree, I bought a second tree, and it's already planted in the backyard. Now, if you're trying to save money because you don't have money, well, fine, that makes sense. But just remember, guys, gardening is very expensive. It's not for people that are very poor. It's not going to happen. Okay, this is the Bowen seedling mango. And this one was also affected during the month of September when I uncovered it too early. And I can see that because the leaves have turned. Look at these leaves. See how they're yellow? These leaves compared to green. This is how they were. They were like that. When I uncovered it at the beginning of September, all the leaves were like this. And now, look what the month of September did. The month of September was crap. Crap. I mean, it didn't kill anything, but it went backwards instead of forwards. Okay. So we're getting all this new growth now, finally. In October, even with 3 Celsius this morning, it didn't seem to affect any of these young, tender, green, what do you call them? Shoots, right? Didn't seem to affect them. Custard apple, or atemoya, this is prolific, Paxton prolific. I'll be covering these soon. Not from the birds, but from nasty critters like parrots, possums, and other nosy creatures. They're usually just nosy. They just want to play or bite or peck or just fool around, right? And when they're doing that, it drops the fruit on the ground and I have to throw the fruit out. So, yeah, these are going to get covered soon. And these are ready in November/December. The end of November. So the end of spring. This is the Indian white guava, which has almost lost all its old leaves. And getting new leaves now, just like it does every year. Right? Yeah. Slowly. It's a slow process. That's the kumquat, which is doing the same thing this year that it did last year. It's not fruiting or flowering. And I fixed it last time by butchering it, by trimming it really hard, like getting in there and giving it a shock prune and feeding it potash, tons of potash. And that sort of worked. I got 20, 30 fruit. I don't know what's up with it, because it's healthy otherwise. It's green and healthy. So I don't know why it's not flowering and fruiting, or let's say flowering. And this is the time of the year it should be flowering. Spring. Spring is the wake-up time, and nothing yet. Yeah. That's the plumcot, and the plumcot is always loaded, guys, with thousands of little plums. They come at the end of November. It's the first stone fruit that's ready. And another good thing about this tree, for some unknown reason, the birds don't touch the plums until they're soft. And this tree allows you to pick the unripe plums and bring them inside the house to ripen. They will ripen off the tree. Fan-bloody-tastic. That's what we want. Lychee. This was put in the ground exactly a year ago. This is the, which variety is this? Taiso. I lost half the tree because of an accident. This banana pot in the wind in February 24 fell over and it landed on this tree. It landed right here. Where is it? Yeah, right here. And we lost half the tree. This was like coming out to here. So that was a bummer. I don't know if this is, yeah, that's dead wood. Yeah, that's dead wood. Yep, dead wood. That's probably dead wood as well. Yep. Okay, so now you can see better. Half the tree. What I just snapped off was the other half of the tree. Yeah. So when you lose half a tree of this size, you've lost 2 years. And 2 years when you're 60 makes a big difference. When you're 25, it doesn't matter. 25 and 27 is not much different. But every year over the age of 50 makes a big difference. This is the Hicks Fancy Mulberry. right? And this is my chop and drop mulberry in the front here. So what I do at the end of spring, which is coming up, I cut the tree right in the middle. And all that up there is mulch, used for mulch. And then I do it again at the end of summer. It grows back like that again. So we do it twice. Guys, because these mulberries here, again, they're only for the 5 a.m. club. The 5 a.m. club, which I don't belong to. These are the new prune plums that I got planted in the ground last year. Actually 2 years ago. That's one. And that one over there is the other one. See it? So we've got two. And they're doing really, really well. Plums are your best friend in Melbourne. Guaranteed fruit in the first year. Guaranteed no maintenance. Guaranteed you get all the check marks of all the guarantees. The easiest tree to grow. Two more white sapotes here. This is the... okay, let's see. I've got a brain drain again. Okay, this is the Vista, and that's the Vernon white sapotes. And it looks like the Vernon has gone to town. Oh my gosh. It's massive. Bigger than the Wilson. I think it's the biggest tree now of all. Oh boy. And you won't believe how much I've pruned this tree. Oh man. This is the Vernon. So be careful, guys. Be very careful. Do not plant the Vernon if you have a tight space. It's too big. Damn. It's a big tree. And mind you, this is after 20, 30 prunes, hard prunes. Right? If I hadn't pruned any of these white sapotes, forget about it. It'd be like 5 times this, it'd be up to there. Be like 5-6 meters. You saw the latest on this guy here. Oh great, it's growing back. Oh fantastic. That's the African Pride custard apple latte moya. That's the Hugh Longan. And that little guy here, this little lychee, is the Chompogo, right? He gets full shade all day, every day, all year round. So I don't know if he's ever going to do anything in the shade. Not a good position, I guess. But when they're small like this, that size, they prefer to be in the shade rather than in the scorching summer sun, right? That's why I put him there. Okay, guys, I don't know where we're up to. Where are we up to? 1 hour plus. Holy crap! I better get moving. This is my oldest black sapote. I've got like 5 of them, 6 of them. See, this is a seedling. Unknown cultivar. Right? It's doing really well. A lot of new growth. These are ready in December. Let's just get in there. These are ready in December. So there's about 5 or 6 medium-sized ones, right? And about 20 little ones, which will probably come in January, right? Yeah, it's pretty loaded. And I've removed like 10, you know, the little ones, thinning, hoping to get larger fruit. Yeah, there's about 20, between 20 and 25 chocolate pudding fruits on this. Yep, you heard right, in ground in Melbourne. And I've never protected the tree in winter. I've had it for 6 years. No protection. Next, Wampy. This is the one of 2 grafted Wampies I have. This one's 10 years old and it's getting ready to flower. This is a novelty tree. Novelty. Novelty means for fun only. Don't expect a knockout taste. Yeah. Just like having, you know, blackberry jam or those other rare trees you don't see around. All right, what's next? Apricot. The apricots are loaded here, right? And we're almost done, guys. Caracara dwarf blood orange in mostly shade, and citrus prefers sun, but oh well. I keep pruning back the Vernon white sapote, so this gets sun. But guys, the pruning game is losing. It's losing. Even if I prune these back, right? In 6 months, they're back again. In under 6 months. So the white sapotes are very, very vigorous. They're not fooling around. Be careful where you plant these. And if you're going to plant one only, you've asked me so many times, I would plant the Vista because it doesn't take up much room. The Vista, which is around there. This one, it's a semi-dwarf. This one here. It's only 2 meters by 2 meters. And I've had it for 10 years. Okay. So, or if you have more room, the lemon gold. But that also grows big. It's reached those power lines. See those power lines? It's gone up to those power lines. And I keep cutting it back. Where is it? Up there. Back there. So lemon gold only if you have more room. Here is a seedling black sapote that I got from Daly's Nursery as a gift last year when they had a promotion. Order 3-4 trees and you get one free. Something like that. I don't remember exactly. And guys, this will be the last tree. I'm not going to show you the tropicals under the covers over there because that'll take another half an hour. This is the Hillary white custard apple, which still hasn't dropped its leaves. Can you believe it? It's still holding all its leaves from last summer. Amazing. And that's the Golden Emperor custard apple, which did drop all its leaves. Yeah. All right, guys, that's the video from the front yard in the middle of spring in Melbourne, Australia. 2024. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure loved making it. It was a lot of fun for me. I'm still thinking and scratching my head on what those guys were doing filming Fruitopia. Oh, by the way, when they drove off, they said, we're just looking at roofs. Would you like your roof restored? We're roofers. What do you guys think about that? Dubious or what? Who knows? Maybe they were. All right, guys, that's it. That's the video. If you enjoyed it, give me a like. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We are off to the beach. It's 2 p.m. In Melbourne, the hottest time of the day is late afternoon, not morning. In the morning, it was 3 Celsius. And now it's 18. So we're heading off. Bye-bye. Did I forget anything? I didn't show you the carob pods. Hang on. The carob pods. Oh. Yeah, look. How cool is this? Huh? Carob. Nice. This is the second year that it's fruited. Nice. And it's the Clifford bisexual. All right, guys. Over and out. Oh, there's more back here. Wow. If you got the room for it, get a carob. But make sure you plant it away from drains and pipes and overhead lines, power lines. Looks like it's going to be a huge tree like that ash.